This is Your Favorite Character Sucks with John.
Oh, we're rolling. Matt.
And Brandon.
A podcast where we look at characters in our favorite books and decide which is the best. Well, not just books, right? Movies, TV shows.
Any form of media, really, yeah.
Right. How does one determine media? How does one determine what the best character is? Well, with our extensive literary knowledge and a level of confidence possessed only by an American man, we can discover the answer to any question. Before we begin, my conscience would not let me go on without first saying that this podcast has assumed you are familiar with the series being discussed. If you haven't read, listened to, watched, or gone on an acid trip that has revealed to you the plot of the series under discussion, then you should stop listening now until you've read or watched whatever we're talking about. You have been warned. On today's episode of Your Favorite Character Sucks, Harry Potter and the boy who isn't quite as interesting as the supporting characters. All right, anyway.
I like that.
All right, opening statements. Did y'all write anything down?
Well,
get your notebooks out,
Wait,
everybody.
hold on. First of all,
Wait, hold on.
I need to review the outline. So my thing is, since this is the first episode, I think it's important to lay down some ground rules.
Yeah.
It's not even about ground rules. It's about defining the terminology that's going to be used. When this is very important.
This is your opening statement, by the way. Okay, go ahead.
So first of all, I'm going to look through the outline that you sent us. So you use words like most literary value and like best dark plot, powerful, relatable,
I said
inspiring.
however you want to tackle it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think that if you want to go through and categorize these things, and especially later on you see in
Point.
Yeah, and in one of these you're saying why...
Subpoint A.
Yeah, subarticle
Paragraph
B,
6.
like article 10 D or whatever. I'm not about like this whole format because it's just...
Do your opening statement. What character is the best in Harry Potter?
Okay.
Go.
How many reasons are we giving for our character? Because I wrote a lot.
Do whatever you get it. Go.
Do you want me to say all of them?
Just best period.
Matt,
Like full stop, what is the best...
who is the best character in all of Harry Potter?
Okay.
Potterverse.
Honorable mention is Gilderoy Lockhart. You remember that character?
I do. Yeah, how could I forget it?
Yeah, very good character from Chamber of Secrets.
Wait, this is not the best?
Oh, no, this is an honorable mention.
How many honorable mentions are we going to go through before?
Just one. That's why it's the honorable
we
mention.
each get one honorable mention.
All right, one.
Yeah, I'm not like degrading. It's not like
No,
summa
you
cum laude honorable and then like cum laude honorable. It's just honorable and then there's the best character. And then I think that the best character, which I already mentioned to Brandon, is Umbridge.
Okay, Dolores Umbridge.
Are we allowed to cuss
okay.
in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is just I think the best character in the series for sure.
Okay, so Dolores Umbridge and?
Oh, God.
No, that's just it.
Dolores Umbridge. No,
I gave the honorable mention.
Oh, that was the honorable mention.
No, the honorable mention was Gilderoy
Gilderoy
Lockhart.
Lockhart. Okay, now tell us why.
I hope I'm
Dolores
not
Umbridge.
butchering these names. That's the name, right?
That,
Yes.
Yeah, those
Tell
are
us
right.
why Dolores Umbridge. That's the opening statement.
What do you mean? Oh, we're doing like that?
It's like a lawyer goes into a courtroom and says,
First of all, I don't think we should be saying what a lawyer does or doesn't do because one, I've never been... Has anybody here been part of like a deliberation?
No.
I murdered someone back in 95.
Okay, I mean, I've never sat in the jury or anything, so I'm
You
saying
were 4
I
years
don't really want to
old.
put words like, I'm just saying...
What you're saying is you've never gone to your jury duty summons.
I have deferred it several times.
Oh my goodness.
I have been a couple times, but I never
Because of
been
your
selected.
children,
Well,
you had to be the
because,
primary caregiver.
I don't think they like selecting Asian people for these juries.
Oh, God.
I'm being serious. No, I
Because they think you're what, too...
Because we're not representative of the peers
True.
of the accused.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Which is not to say that Asian people don't commit crime. They do.
Anyway, Dolores Umbridge is the best character because, yeah.
Because she is.
All right. Brandon, your opening statement.
I already feel like I want to change mine.
See, it's just...
I'm already ready to like argue.
Because when you really drill down, you can't go with these circus characters. It all just seems...
Yeah, no, we've been here for 5 minutes.
No,
and
what I'm saying is it seems very shallow.
I already
Right?
want to change
You
my
can't say
character.
some shit like Harry
Well,
Potter's best
I'll
character.
go.
That's some bullshit.
I'll go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with a bullshit character. I know you're going to hate it for sure.
Yeah, I do. What do I have to
So Severus Snape
say? Yeah, like...
is hands down. Let me give an opening statement. Hands down the best character in Harry Potter for many reasons. One, he's the primary driver of plot from the first book on, because he is the perceived antagonist in the first book and continues to be a mystery throughout the rest of the series and a debate among readers of who he actually is. There's so much mystery in his character that he hooks you in and pulls you in. You're trying to figure out, is he bad? Is he good? And also, I feel like he has the whole like Leroy Jenkins moment of the whole series where people run through Barnes and Noble on the day that the book comes out and yell, Snape killed Dumbledore, and that kind of thing. That was like iconic. That was like on the news.
Is that
and
a
stuff.
thing?
That was on the news. Like, yeah, people were upset about that. And then to find out like, later on, you know, who his character really is, and that I feel like J.K. Rowling put the most effort into his story arc. And I think that his story arc is the most intriguing and hooks you in the most. I think he's the most interesting character.
Also, just to clarify, we were talking about the books.
Yeah.
Yes.
And movies.
And
And movies because Alan Rickman is a badass actor.
Rest
and
in peace, my boy.
yeah, rest in peace, Alan Rickman. Did an amazing job.
Too.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
But, okay, sure.
Yeah. Love Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I do love Alan Rickman. Snape sucks. Go ahead.
Who's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention. You have to give me a minute because I didn't know that was coming. So yeah, I'll.
What are you talking about? You devised this format.
You brought up the honorable mentions. I didn't know
Hey,
that was in
it's
it.
been 5 minutes since I brought it up.
I was thinking about that.
Oh, well.
I was trying to coax you into actually doing an opening statement.
So what
and
I
you
hear is
never
you're
did.
not actually that clever.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All right, honorable mention.
Buckbeak.
Buckbeak's a good one. Buckbeak is a good. All the animal ones. And we'll talk about the animals in a
Yeah,
bit.
Dobby's
No,
No, we actually. Dobby's actually.
All right, Brandon,
no,
Brandon, go.
you already
Dobby.
took it.
No,
you already
go.
took it.
Brandon, go.
Hedwig.
Hedwig's
yes.
the honorable mention?
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
I've got. She's right here.
Got her. Oh, yeah. Emily is wearing.
We're actually all
Harry
wearing.
Potter
We're all wearing
earrings.
themed Harry Potter.
We're all dressed
She
in our
also
houses.
has a glasses tattoo with the lightning bolts.
Yep.
Over the glasses. Yeah.
Let the record show I'm actually wearing glasses, so I'm more committed to the. I'm more committed to the bid.
I've got scars all over my body.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I have 20/20 vision. So.
You got what?
I said I have 20/20 vision. So.
Yeah. Just born
Like a
perfect.
low-
Whatever.
Yeah, low-key flex.
Sorry,
That's
not
what
sorry.
it is. Okay, so
Honorable mention was Hedwig, but you want to
Yes.
say?
Okay, so I changed my character last minute. I was gonna do McGonagall, but then you pointed
good
out.
character.
Don't let me change your mind.
No, but in terms of the format,
we should never concede. This should never
That
be a
was
discussion
someone-
at any point in this.
Oh yeah, that
I
won't be.
like.
That's
but
hard
you-
for me because I'm like, yeah,
No, don't
yeah.
do it. Don't do it.
I had to think about more important to like the overall plot, and so I'm gonna say Draco Malfoy.
Ooh.
To be honest, well, we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Opening statement. Okay, Draco
Yeah.
and why? You have any statements? Any opening?
Nah, I want to hear the last character, and then
All
we can
right.
get into
Who
it.
are you
Okay.
going with? And it can be a set of characters too. Because I thought you were kind of maybe no, just you have one.
No, I
You
narrowed it down.
Okay, go.
Yeah. So honorable mention is Luna
Mhm.
because she's a badass, and she was like one of my backup choices for sure.
Mhm.
But I'm going with Ginny Weasley.
So honorable mention, Lovegood. And
Yeah.
then Ginny Weasley.
Ginny Weasley.
Because.
She's also a badass, and she needs more screen time and book time. She's a ginger, so
yeah.
She.
So you know.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a lot of like points to make.
Okay, go
So
get 'em.
she made a Patronus at 14, and people thought like, oh, Harry Potter was
I'm
the best
29, I
one,
still
but
have a
like,
Patronus.
Yeah, no, as well.
yeah. So she's the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter, which in witch
Oh, I actually
history
do like that
Oh.
shit.
is like makes her just really great overall. She stands up to bullies like Draco and someone else I can't remember.
And she's not like the chosen one. Like she's doing these things without having all these,
She puts Harry in his place
Mhm.
whenever he needs to be put in his place. Her wand wood is the same as Voldemort's, which is intense.
What kind of wood is it? Do you know?
I knew you were going to ask that question.
But we didn't come quite right.
Nope.
Redwood?
Nope. I don't know.
I think it's more exotic. They use
Yeah.
different sorts of things.
Like,
Also,
Like 3/4 inch plywood or something.
she is the one that came up with the name Dumbledore's Army.
oh, that's
Yeah.
Which is actually, for me, that's a detraction from the character. That's not that good in my opinion.
Yeah. She gets into the Slug Club, and
What's the slug club?
the Slug Club, Slughorn
Slughorn's
has
why
a
you have
club
a
of like,
tattoo.
yeah. And she grows up to be a badass Quidditch player. She plays for
I didn't even remember that.
Holyhead Harpies.
Holy cow! Why am I hosting this podcast? That's awesome.
Well, the problem is the guests you bring on are always going to be more intense.
Wait, is Quidditch?
Yeah.
Is Quidditch?
I know all this
The
stuff.
guests-
I'm the one that
You need
ended
the
up
guests.
here.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
I'm so smart.
Well, what?
I am a good host.
Now.
I also did like a lot of research this morning.
Smart.
Me so smart.
So the thing is, yeah, I mean, they're different.
Wait a minute.
levels of
Are the Quidditch teams gendered? Is it female
No.
Quidditch and male?
I don't
It's
think-
all
no,
mixed.
It's co-ed.
God, the Wizards
Yeah.
are so more.
Which is why I only ever
low
played
class.
co-ed soccer after high school.
because of Jenny Weasley.
Yeah. No,
Holy
but
cow.
yes.
Oh,
It's because there's yeah, for Quidditch, it's definitely not.
because magic is like an equalizer.
I think so. It's
just
like
separated.
guns, right?
It's like guns.
Yeah, like you don't care the person behind the
Yeah.
gun. It's just
Yeah.
as good.
Yeah.
Which also is another argument I have. We'll talk about it later.
As long as there's a good guy with magic.
Yeah, it's not even
Yeah.
the good guys holding a wand. We're good to go.
And if we're going to bring up gender issues here,
Yeah.
she had 6 older brothers, and none of them wanted to let her play Quidditch with them because they're like, "No, you're a
Yeah,
girl."
they're
And
boys,
she would
yeah.
sneak out at night. I don't know if this is fan fiction or if it came from JK
This sounds
herself.
like fan fiction, but I killed for it.
This
She
is like
taught
personal
herself
headcanon.
how to fly.
These are dreams that she had.
Yeah. I wrote all this in.
Her brothers, no one knew that she was good at Quidditch until she made the Hogwarts team.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, the
so she
Gryffindor
like
specifically, 'cause there's not
yeah,
Hogwarts
the
there's
Gryffindor
House
Hogwarts team.
which-
Yes,
More about the segregation stuff. It's really fueling
They
the.
just pit them against each other.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so here we go. So, why is your character better than any other character?
It's not
I
even
guess,
that.
right
Okay,
now?
first of all, I think the reason why you can't pick like animals because the animals are always good, like Hedwig
Yeah.
and Buckbeak, and I think even to some extent, and this is fucked up, like the elves, like Creature or Dobby,
Yeah.
is because of like the way they are written
Mhm.
in the books is like kind of fucked when you think about it, right?
We were
Because-
talking about the house elves.
yeah, because most house elves are like
Oh,
they're like-
enslaved. Yeah.
they're enslaved.
servants.
yeah, but because that's what their desire is to be like enslaved or subservient, then it's like okay, right?
Mm.
It's like I mean, it is in the Wizarding World.
Like
Hermione
brainwashed.
stood
Yeah,
up for them.
Except for that's the one. But
Are they good characters though? If we're gonna go that route, like literary wise, is
Dobby
Dobby a
was.
good character?
I wouldn't
Well-
say Creature was. Dobby was.
I think Creature was good because he stuck to like who
He's loyal.
he was.
Yeah, I'm looking for like
He's also grouchy.
like dimensions. Do they have dimensions to them? Do they have do their decisions make sense, or is it just like that character did that just to move the plot? You know what I mean? Like, is it a good character? But yeah,
When you talk,
I feel like they're
I think Dobby was
necessary.
good because he was interesting. Yeah.
He sacrificed
yeah, he
himself
also
though.
David
That was
Ex Machina
intense.
them. They're like,
He's
oh,
the
by the
only
way,
one.
house elves have like insane magic. Dobby's gonna come save everybody.
Yeah.
but then he's also gonna die. I'm like, all right.
And
well,
his death was very impactful.
I feel like if there's ever a fucking revolt by the house elves, everybody's
I
just
do
fucked.
love good sacrifice. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
goats, whatever.
Speaking of which, just small aside.
Noble sacrifice. I meant to say noble
And
sacrifice.
this is like the merge. So like this like Wizarding World is like exists adjacent to
Real world.
our contemporary world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we're like,
Like
it's
no
real.
one knows
We're
what's
like,
going
No,
on.
it is real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We don't know about it because we're muggles. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Harry Potter world is real.
Okay, sure.
J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling is a documentarian. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So I've like pondered this like from time to time, and I've talked to Bran about it. Maybe you like, why don't these guys just use guns?
Yeah. Like you can use wands,
Okay, so
but also use.
why don't you just have a gun in your dawn hand, and like what in your
Yeah.
wand in your left hand? And also, like when you combine like teleportation with guns, I feel like we're creating a whole new level of like magic. Like, why even do it with like spells and shit? They're not spells to block bullets. Who's got the reaction time to like
But
cast a spell to block?
Expelliarmus.
Yeah, you're already dead. Like, what are you gonna disarm my gun? Then teleport on your ass and just blast you. I was saying,
but
like,
Harry would have been killed in the first.
yeah, because he would have just got shot by a
Because when
knife.
he
Oh, you know what though?
accidentally-
UK has very strict gun control.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
true. So that's why he
That-
did.
yes.
Oh, okay.
In America, dude,
Yeah, so
American wizards have a way bigger problem.
Yeah, but also whenever he accidentally didn't make it to Diagon Alley, if he had been wielding a gun
Yeah.
instead of a wand, well, he didn't have his wand at that point,
Yeah.
anyways. But whenever they left and went through the flu, he like messed up. He would have shot himself in transport. Like,
Yeah.
Well, not if he had like the
I-
trigger discipline. I feel like he probably would have been able to like. I just always thought of it. I'm like, really, like, why not guns? You know what I'm saying?
it's not
the
as
UK.
fun.
She grew up in the UK.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it's not as.
But she grew up in the
fun.
UK. I don't think it's part of it.
They didn't even like consider it's not a part of the culture. They're
Yeah,
like
honestly.
Voldemort's like
Honestly.
I will lose if I do not kill this Jon Snow. I will not bring any backup. It's just going to be me going in there with my wand.
Yeah, because, what was it that protected Harry? It's debatable, isn't it? I mean, it's not necessarily defined.
And this is our chief complaint.
Well,
This is like the worst part of this.
Because it's the shit. Okay, I think Harry Potter is a good character.
Yeah.
You do not think he's a good
I
Potter's a
think
piece
he's
of shit.
okay. I think he's a good.
He's actively a bad person.
He
Throughout the entire
All right, well,
he's
we'll get to
a
that. We'll let
dipshit.
Okay, well, let her
He's
explain.
not.
So,
He's not smart.
what saved him, though?
But
when he
his
was a
mother's
Dumbledore?
love.
His mother's love?
It was
Yeah,
Lily.
other people.
That's
It's
literally-
Okay, but is it love for real or is it a spell?
No, it's
love.
It's because Voldemort never experienced true love.
Okay.
Like
How
no,
whack is
he
that?
never had. I know.
This is some like Doctor
Poor
Who type
thing.
stuff, but
Can we just say in high school it was college. I named my car Tom because it was like really old and the paint started fading off, but it was like it started to look like his nostrils.
oh god.
So the non-existing,
So-
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
good
so he was
lord.
Tom.
Gosh.
But yeah, Harry should have honorable mention just because
But yeah,
I feel
if-
bad for
if-
him.
because he's the
With love-
titular character.
But he also is an idiot
Would love have
sometimes.
protected
Like,
him from a bullet is what we're
Yes, I was saying,
wondering.
absolutely not.
Well, yeah,
I know
no.
that for a fact.
but from
Because
magic,
None,
yes.
of the, none of the people, nobody else that's died from gun violence love their kids. Like that.
But even dial that down, okay? Like, okay, not a gun, like a baseball bat.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying this
To a child,
No. That's not.
Harry
That's,
Potter's
but
a
that's how
baby.
magic works.
But Voldemort's
Magic
willing
is
to-
like.
Kill
Okay,
people.
but would magic stunt you to where you don't even consider those other things? Because you think I'm so powerful, I don't need that. You know what I mean? You're above that. I
You
think
could-
Yeah, if you
Okay,
think,
That's
so
why
like
you
you're
have to
cool.
be a good guy.
if you think
You have
that
a blind- you have a
Muggles
blind
are
spot.
lesser,
if you think Muggles lesser, you're not going to touch a bat.
They use
but,
bats
like-
for fucking Quidditch, dude.
Oh yeah.
There's literally
Yeah.
2 people who carry bats.
But they don't use it to hurt people. They just
Well,
use it
the
for
function of a
sport.
baseball bat is also not necessarily primarily self-defense.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, they do sell them that way, I believe, right?
But
Like something
since
like
they
Ace
have their
Attorney.
wands, if something happens, they reach for that first instead of.
But apparently wands aren't even reliable because that convoluted wand
Right.
succession
It just-
triangle.
wands
in the
just
last book-
change loyalty. So
Yeah.
like,
That's the only wand.
you can whip out your wand.
No,
and
it's
it
not the
decides
only
it likes
wand.
So,
something
okay, we
else.
gotta talk. Okay, before we can even talk about our characters that we picked, we have to talk about Harry
The problem
Potter.
is the lore is just so twisted.
They don't like Harry Potter.
I can't wait to argue.
I like
about
Harry
her.
Potter
I hate
because,
her so much.
I mean, yeah, I think he's trying his best. Also, if
He
you're
is trying his best, but it's
he's
not
trying
good.
his best, the amount of pressure that somebody that like is the chosen one gets put on them, he's just trying to be a normal guy. Like it's not his fault that he's the chosen one.
He also has no idea what this world is
Yeah.
until he's 11 years
Good
old, and
point,
he's just
yeah.
like, "You're a wizard."
I think
like,
that makes him a
what the
good
fuck?
character because he is living. He is who he is.
He's
He might
trying to
not be the
deal with it
best.
as it goes.
He might not
along.
be like the coolest or the strongest, but he is
No.
the best character written. He might be one of the best characters written because of how.
But
he
is that because he's the titular character and he has the most development forced upon it? So you like foist all these like little details
Yeah.
and things upon him, which make him like they flesh out his character, but he's not actually that cool when you
No.
think about it.
He's also a horrible student.
I feel like
I didn't think he was that
Bad
bad.
student.
He was taking notes day one in
This
Snape's
man is
class.
constantly breaking rules.
after he gets to school, he gets everything handed to him. He doesn't even have to try
Yeah.
that hard. They're
And
like,
he still
here's a
makes so many
huge
mistakes.
hoard of gold.
Literally just
Yeah, he's so rich.
Unbelievable.
You're somehow like insanely good at Quidditch, even though you've never played as a kid.
Yeah.
You're like
He's an
better,
ace pilot. He's
you're
like
better
Luke
than
Skywalker.
almost everyone else.
Well, no.
We're gonna
Luke
ignore all
Skywalker
the
Like
Right.
Anakin.
actually got he flew.
We're not talking about Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay. If it wasn't
We've been
for
talking
Harry
about Star Wars for 10
Potter's entourage of various friends,
His ability
he
to make
would
friends.
have
What about his ability to make
died
No, but
so
even the
early.
faculty,
What about his ability to make friends?
even the faculty besides like Snape, they all just favored him. They ignored
Because
any
he's
time
a
he
good
breaks
leader?
the rules.
You need a good leader to rally
Well-
people.
Well, but
Uh-huh.
hence why I chose Ginny.
Yes.
People
She-
followed Ginny, and they were like, "You need to follow him because he's the chosen one." And also,
she-
I'm gonna have his babies one day, so
Yeah.
do
She
this.
also knew that at that point.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's magic.
Well,
so
Yeah.
like
I feel like any teenage girl knows that the guy that they're with is they're gonna have their babies at some
oh
point.
no,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
I mean, I'm not joking. Teenage,
Well-
it's like a romantic thing. Like I am gonna marry this guy. Like I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm
write his
not
last
a teenage
name
girl,
as my
so,
last
I mean-
name.
Yeah.
I mean, even as a teenage boy, you are like, this could be the person, not you. No, okay. Anyway,
But yes,
but I
going
think
back
it had to be it was Hermione and Ginny, and they were like the smart ones.
yeah.
And then they got people behind him.
Gotcha.
Here's basically just like a conduit for like the rest of the plot to like move through in such a way. like the only person I feel like Harry's just such a piece of shit because he gets everything handed to him. He faces no repercussions for his like
He's
terrible
basically
actions.
invincible because his parents loved him.
He's got the most literally just invincibility. This man put in the fucking Game Shark cheat codes.
Hey.
And he's like full invincibility.
You're just mad because your parents don't love you.
It's true because if
If your parents only loved you, you'd be more successful.
exactly. I would have had a giant hoard of gold.
Yeah.
I would be like,
gold.
I would know magic, which is like far more insane than any of that.
Yeah.
Also, we were like, where did his parents get this insane amount of gold?
Yeah, no, but what did these guys do?
They were doing some illegal shit. That's all I'm saying.
Was that ever expounded on?
They
I
were-
don't think
No
so.
one.
With
They
your
just have
lobsters.
money. I don't know.
Did they come from money? 'Cause
I don't know.
Then wouldn't he have had family?
Maybe
right?
when
Lily didn't.
Maybe when the Death Eaters got dissolved as like part of a
like a
what is it?
dissolution treaty.
What?
It was like some sort of like.
Well, how much money did
class
she
action
make as
lawsuit.
Mara?
It was a class action lawsuit
Bro, it's true.
brought against the Death Eater organization because they had to have some
Who's
kind of
that?
money
Wait.
behind them.
You're telling me that they're
The
like the
DEOs.
YMCA? Yeah, like, what the, like,
They had a Oh god.
They're like the KKK is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah, whenever a gang gets taken down, the money becomes part of the government, and the government like
There's a lot of
donates
rich
to
and powerful
So
people.
you're saying they got redistributed that wealth?
Yes.
Okay, so what about like Neville?
I was just about to bring
Did he get any of that fucking
No, it all went to Harry.
Because Neville
It all went to
though,
Harry.
Because his parents died the same way.
But
Does
he
he
hasn't.
have any
Harry-
money?
Harry
He's
gets-
so unlucky.
Harry gets
That dude gets
everything.
shitted on.
He
It's not
does.
good.
And then he gets super hot.
The actor who plays him is very
No,
hot. Yes.
it's actually he grows like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like 4 foot, and then by the end,
Yeah. He
part
makes
two,
he
he's
makes
like-
me grow 10 feet. Yeah.
Same.
Wait, what? Sorry for the interruption, folks, but I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about something. I know it's fast. I know we just started our relationship together, but I've got a favor to ask. If you've enjoyed yourself so far listening to this episode and you want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast. It takes very little effort and it benefits us a lot. You can also rate, review, and like the podcast. That gives us more visibility. And you can share it with your friends on social media. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Pass along the podcast to your racist uncle or your crazy aunt or your mom who cares too much. Whether they're a Potterhead or not, you can let them know that we've got episodes coming up about Game of Thrones, the TV show Community, a special episode about 90s horror that probably should have come out around Halloween, and an episode where we find out who the best character is in all of X-Men. You can also follow us at YFCS Pod on Instagram and Twitter. That's your favorite character sucks pod, YFCS Pod, on Instagram and Twitter, where we'll keep you up to date about what episodes are coming next, and also where you can further the discussion. Tell us what we missed. Who's your favorite character? Why is it our favorite character that in fact sucks? Engage with us and let us know what episode you'd like to hear next. All that and more at YFCS Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for all your support, guys. Back to the show. So we were talking about...
So wait, best character.
We were talking about how Snape is the best character because before the last book, when you aren't quite sure is he good or evil for sure. Well, actually, you think he's evil because he kills Dumbledore. But before that book, I feel like the debate among people who read Harry Potter was like, oh, Snape, he's an a-hole, or like, no, he's actually good, or, you know, he was a very debatable character, which helped increase the fandom and excite the fandom and that kind of
People
thing.
rallied around Snape.
No,
These are fucking children's books. Everybody's favorite characters were like Harry Potter.
I'm not saying favorite characters. I'm
Snape-
saying he was a character that helped drive the story.
He hated Harry because of James.
Yeah.
Because James was a dick.
Well, let me
to
start.
him.
The first book is all about Snape because they think that Snape is the one who's going in trying to get these
Because he
Philosopher's
looks
Stone,
evil.
and he's not. And he looks evil, and I love that too because
does that even mean?
J.K. Rowling is telling you
He's like a
because
goth.
he's wearing black
He's like
and he's got
his long
black
greasy hair.
and he's neat, and he's not nice. But J.K. Rowling is like, just because someone's not nice, just because somebody looks a certain way, does not mean that they're the bad guy. Because
Yeah.
Professor Quirrell is actually the one who's really kind of the bad guy. I mean,
Yeah.
Voldemort's working with him, but
Pretends
the
to
guy
be
that you don't expect. And I think J.K. Rowling is saying to these 8-year-olds who are reading the book, bad guys don't always look like bad guys. And I think that's a really good message.
Until you unwrap their turban and you realize, like, wait a minute,
Well,
why,
yeah,
why is a
bad
white guy
guys
wearing a
do
fucking
always wear
turban?
Bad guys wear turbans.
Yeah, bad guys wear turbans.
That's what we learned from the first
They have
movie.
spooky dudes on the back of their head.
what behind every Sikh has another head like that?
Yes.
Oh my god, I
It's
know that.
insane.
Oh boy.
And like, how
murky territory.
did that white dude become Sikh? Like,
Yeah, see, that's the main issue there.
Oh my god.
So why is this white guy wearing a turban? That's
Why
the first
does he wear a
question.
turban?
Yeah.
So if I had read that with fresh eyes, I'd be like, okay, hold up.
yeah, I was like, is that character?
If I wasn't 8 years old.
Except I wasn't 8 years old and really just attuned to that shit.
Yeah.
Because back
And
then
now
it's just
that's
like
what we look for.
it's just like okay, a turban guy.
Yeah.
That's just a reasonable thing. A school in the UK.
Well, this
just
is
a pasty white dude wearing a turban. It's just reasonable.
God dang it.
This makes sense.
This was pre 9/11 though, so.
Yes, actually. Wait, yes, it was.
Like, dang.
These
like
are horrible.
way
I'm
before.
so sorry.
Wait,
These
why
are
is
such
this,
bad jokes.
this is important to,
Oh my
to
God.
recognize that they never would have made this character wear a turban if it had been after I got out of the 5th grade.
Yeah.
It's true.
To be clear, more white supremacists are terrorists in the United States than any other group. So anyway, just want to make that clear.
Well, why are we just putting that in post? Why do you have to make that clear?
People don't know my humor, and I don't want them to think that I actually believe these things. So anyway, all right.
Five people listening to
So
this.
Snake. So Snake.
He's like the guardian.
And he is, and the other thing that makes him complex is he doesn't want to be, but he is still.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks for me, he's such a
He only
tragic
does
character.
it for Lily.
I think tragedy is very difficult to write, and it's also very difficult to love as a reader because people want a happy ending. But he is a tragic character because that dude never gets his. He never gets his.
No, and then he died.
He literally is bullied and then has to take care of the bully's kid. And the woman he loved, he never gets to be with her. She ends up being with his bully. And then he helps this kid. Obviously, he's kind of a jerk to him, but I mean, you can't blame him. Again, complex character because anyone would be like that. No one would want to be nice to this kid who's the chosen one and who's the kid of your bully and all that stuff. He never gets his comeuppance. Then he has to play this double side where he's constantly walking on a tightrope and has to pretend to be good, pretend to be bad. Every side doesn't trust him. No side likes him or hates him. You know.
See, we were talking about that specifically.
And then he dies for the cause. Oh my God, this guy's...
He's a double agent too.
Yes.
Like
No, he's not even just a double agent.
like
He's
a
a
triple
fucking
agent.
triple agent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so nobody is like on Voldemort's side. They're like,
No,
hey,
they
this guy's
But
Beatrix.
didn't Dumbledore know? Like
Dumbledore and Snape are the only two who knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Who made
But
the
Dumbledore's
plan.
kind of an idiot.
Is he? He masterminded the whole
I
thing.
think
Dumbledore he's smart, but
he doesn't care about people. He's
Oh, no, he's a
do
psychopath.
what you gotta do.
He's literally a psychopath.
Yeah.
Dexter.
he's borderline like the best.
He will throw away children to like make sure that his goals get accomplished.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, for real.
You'll be fine, Harry.
He's a crazy
Go to your
mastermind.
death. We'll hopefully save you.
Exactly.
That's literally fact. It's like, I just don't understand how this man, who's allegedly like very like smart and like one of the most powerful wizards of his time, is like, can he have done something about this? Like, does he really have to rely on like a bunch of like kids who haven't even finished like secondary school? Like,
Harry's the chosen one. He needed to connect.
That's my issue.
that's what I'm saying. Does
Learn
nobody else's
your
parents like
experience.
love them?
Harry had,
Or, like,
Harry had a tether between Voldemort that made it where he was kind of the
yeah,
one
because the
that-
stupid love thing. So because I don't support that, it's just all.
That's my issue with any story where kids are the main character.
Well,
It's a
no,
problem. It's a
it wasn't even a
giant
love thing. It was that Harry was like a Horcrux, wasn't it? Or something, it was something like
Yeah.
that.
He became a Horcrux
Accidentally.
because he survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty interesting. I think that's actually
Is it?
really, I do. I
That's
think
how
it's
he could like
I don't think it
see
makes sense.
what
No,
was
it doesn't
going
really
on.
make sense at
I
all.
think
It's like, okay, so this is okay.
magic.
No, but consider this. It's like this deep, dark, like hidden secret. How to sequester your soul in these like items. He has to like go to Slughorn, and Slughorn doesn't even want to give him that information. Like so much so that he like removes it from his memory. He has to do all this fucking research, spend all this time, and they're like, "Oh no, I just accidentally made one." Well, fuck. I guess this is the only particular instance where one wizard murders another wizard, where someone was trying to like shield them with their love.
Yeah.
Like,
Didn't-
what? This has never happened in the history of all wizard kind, is what you're telling me. Like, an accidental Horcrux has not been made, and there's now some fucker rampaging in, like, Egypt or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking understand.
Didn't Edison trip and fall and make the light bulb though, or something like that? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's equivalent to, like, I'm like,
accident.
Yeah.
you're telling me in all
Some
the instances.
inventions are made by accident. But, yeah,
I'm saying
Yeah.
in all the instances of magic across the entire history of the world, you're like, this is the first.
maybe it's just we don't know about it. We only have Harry Potter.
That's true.
Write some fan
Maybe it's
fiction
because
like
he was evil. He used it in an evil way, which started this whole.
Is there a good
thing.
way, though?
Horcruxes.
No, is there a good way to preserve your life, to continue your life?
Oh yeah, I think it's typically regarded as evil, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most things.
Except
Trying to
for
live
in
past-
the Harry Potter universe.
Sorcerer's Stone was such a
Because
hot
Ian
topic.
Fleming created the Philosopher's Stone, but in this version of the Philosopher's Stone, it's very kid-friendly because it doesn't
Yeah.
require an exchange of, like,
Yeah.
comparable life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because typically that's how the Philosopher's Stone works.
Right, but you could also argue that it's like metaphorical in exchange for your soul because you're like.
But it's not, because it's a literal object that he uses at the end of the Deathly Hallows, right?
Right, but I'm saying it's a literary device. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is, but not in this particular instance, because it's like a
There's no
thing.
downside to him using it.
No, it's literally just a live forever rock.
Okay, so you
Which
have
he
not...
gets because he's Harry Potter.
Right.
In addition to just having the invisibility cloak, which also I forgot about that shit, but you're right. He's had that shit since day fucking one. You're telling me these are one of these
And the
3
Marauders
fucking
now?
legendary items that this man has just had it?
He said one of them.
Yes. He just had it because it was his dad's. So he just gets
How
it.
did
Well, it was
James get it?
Dumbledore, right? Dumbledore.
Like, why did
Fucking
James
know, where does this guy get this
invisibility
magical...
cloak?
Did
This is...
Dumbledore give it to him or something, or no?
No.
Dumbledore had the wand, right?
Dumbledore had the Elder Wand.
Tweet at our Twitter that isn't named yet and tell us what we're missing.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, this man's just handed shit.
everything.
They're like, oh, you need a fucking broomstick? Top the line, Nimbus 2000.
Yeah.
2 years later, your broomstick sucks. Let me give you the iPhone XS, my
The
boy.
alien-
the brand new shit.
Alienware.
Yeah, we need the fucking Alienware shit. The Firebolt, my boy. I'm like, is this a fucking joke? This man just got a new broomstick. Top the line 2 years
He's
ago.
rich.
Buy it
He could. Why didn't they give it to Neville? Like,
Well, yeah. I mean,
Because
some
Neville's
people
not
are
the main character.
bad. Some people have just
They
infinite
could've-
money.
Okay, but
They
I was
could've
also
sponsored
thinking of the
Neville.
comparison to Batman.
What if he was a bad guy and had all this money? That's the other thing too, yeah. But anyway, he's
what
not.
if
He's
he
Batman.
had gone to the dark side?
Yeah, he'd been joined the whatever. Anyway, he could talk to
The
snakes.
dark side would be rich.
Anyway,
Well, they are
you guys need to
because
argue
of
for your
Malfoy's,
characters because
but-
we've dropped Ginny and I've dropped Snape a lot. Like we've
Okay.
gone back to him, but y'all need to go back to
Time on
yours.
Snape. You know who else is a tragic character? Malfoy, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's very tragic.
I would have to agree.
He's a child that's
with
been
that.
taken advantage of.
He's
Oh, yeah.
a tool
He is
used
so
by his
conflicted.
family.
His dad is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's
And also
just...
a
It's
scaredy
not even
cat.
that he's a piece of shit.
He's
His
a
dad
pro-
is just weak.
He is weak.
He's just a
scaredy
weak
cat.
character.
A weak character because he's one note.
No,
He's like clearly a bad
no,
guy.
he's
a bad guy who's
weak-willed.
clearly a bad guy.
He is a weak-willed person.
Yeah.
And
He's like
he's-
afraid of Voldemort.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like super.
So he's doing it for his family because he's like afraid for his family. Is that what the
Yeah.
idea is?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't think he's
also
afraid
seemed
for his
bad.
family.
They just like,
He slipped the journal into Ginny's
Yeah.
back.
oh no, he's also a piece of shit.
And that was before Voldemort was even back. He was helping
He's
facilitate bringing
evil.
it back. Yeah,
He's
he's
just
evil.
like fully serving Voldemort. He's not doing his own
yeah,
will.
he's literally just okay. So my
Okay, so anyway, Draco though, keep going.
Yeah, I think he's just a product of his environment because he has this super shitty dad who's...
If even, because he
serving the
kind of
darkness.
is not really into that too much. Or-
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind. He loves the kind of darkness stuff, but he doesn't want to kill Dumbledore. That's for sure.
He
Yeah.
just likes
Yeah.
the popularity because his dad likes the popularity.
an
And
edgelord.
I complete... After
He's
everything
a
we've been
8chan
saying...
troll.
Yeah.
Is that what he is?
What I'm saying is, like, he embodies, like, the aesthetic of, like, Slytherin. But he's
He's,
not willing to, like,
uh,
commit to, like, the Death Eater life.
He's Ben Shapiro. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not at all.
Because they have the same whiny voice, so you know.
Is that even what he
No,
sounds
it's not.
like?
That's what Ben Shapiro sounds like.
No, that is what Ben Shapiro
Yeah,
sounds
it's
like.
not what Draco sounds like. No.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Potter. Something like that. Yeah, it's more like that. I'll do all my Harry Potter impressions today.
want you
to Please voice don't.
every character.
Okay. How does Hagrid talk?
I can't.
Hello,
attack
Harry.
him.
Hello, Harry.
I'm very uncomfortable with these.
My God, it's Harry Potter.
Who's that supposed to be?
Just a bar guy.
Yeah.
Oh, like when he comes into Diagon Alley.
Bless
for the
my
first time.
soul.
Yeah.
It's Harry Potter.
Who's the most like obscure character I could possibly think of from Harry Potter? That
It's Leviosa, not.
well, that's not, yeah, I mean, that's a classic line.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Malfoy. We got sidetracked.
Oh, I completely understand his hatred of Harry after everything we've said.
The chosen one.
It's
Yeah.
got to be very frustrating. This dude just comes in to your life. He hasn't been part of the
All up
wizarding
on
world
your
at
turf.
all.
Well, and also, he's seen as a hero because of his past. You're seen as a piece of shit because of your dad. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people know that your dad's fucked up, and so they assume you're a piece of shit.
yeah, exactly. And so you're kind of just forced to
Oh, wow.
be.
It's like the opposite, yeah. Wow.
You're just forced to be in like Harry's shadow this whole time, and yeah, I mean his reactions are understandable for a high school age kid. How he treats Harry
It's
because
true.
He's so
his
conflicted.
But-
life sucks ass.
In England,
And the
you
fact
graduate from high
that
school sooner, I think, right? Aren't you like, you go to college like 17, something like that?
Do they even have finishing school
They
for
do.
wizards?
I mean, Hogwarts is basically it. I mean,
Yeah, because you
They
go for
expect you to
what?
learn like math and science and stuff in
Go for,
the
like,
real
7
world,
years.
and then you go
Yeah,
from
they
like
go-
11 to 18.
But they even have like math at Hogwarts.
Yeah, but it's like magic math.
What is the difference? They like imaginary
Can't you
numbers
just
are
like
like real. or
make a
something like
spell to?
I don't know
figure it
enough about
out?
math to like make a math joke here.
One dragon
I would be
egg
the
plus 2 dragon
laziest
eggs.
wizard ever. I was just telling my mom that. I was like, I want magic so that I don't have to get up off the couch when I need something. I can Accio
For
it,
sure. Yeah.
and I can put my wand to clean the house.
This is insane. These are the most mundane applications of magic
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Think about the actual
I don't
shit
want to
you
like
can
But
fight
remember,
with it.
it
I
was,
just want to
remember, what's
do
his name?
housework.
Who's the Weasley dad? What's his name? Something Weasley?
Arthur.
Arthur Weasley?
Yeah.
I mean, he
Have you
was...
even read the books?
He,
Are you even
When I
a
was
Harry
8
Potter fan?
When I was 8, the last time I read Harry Potter was senior year of high school, I guess. So it's been just 10 years. I've seen the movie since then. I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, good enough. We
Yeah.
watched a multitude of 3-minute reviews to prepare for this.
Yeah. Okay, so Draco Malfoy, we got him. Now, Dolores Umbridge.
Fuck her.
But I would agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I did not. I'm surprised. I did not think you were going to pick a character that I would agree with. I do agree that Dolores Umbridge is a great character.
Provokes such
No,
strong
oh my god.
reactions.
I hate her more than Voldemort.
That's what I'm saying.
She's a piece of shit. The taking notes.
Literally the biggest piece of shit.
The taking notes and it
takes.
takes blood out of you, that is the most evil thing in the whole
That was-
That's so
That was
serious.
the
so evil,
punishment,
dude.
though. That was his punishment. Like, he had to write lines, and every time he wrote, it would
Yeah.
show up on his
Yes.
wrist, and it was, like, welted in
But
him for
was
the rest
it
of his
like?
life.
First of all,
Yeah.
just
Never mind the ethics of being like a teacher and inflicting like pain upon your student. Like psychological pain is fine. We've determined that from the past like 5 books that it's okay, or 4 books. She's in the 5th one.
She's in the 5th.
Whichever one it
She's in
was,
the
it
5th
took
one,
me so long to finish it because
'Cause
I
you
would
hated her?
literally start sweating with
Oh,
anger
really?
and like.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Let's put this away.
Umbridge is one of those
That's a
characters.
good character though because
It
it
elicits
I know.
such strong.
evokes a strong
Yeah,
emotional
see,
response.
that's what I'm saying. But there's no other character like the main.
She's
villain-
not super complex though, right? I mean,
She's not complex.
She's very
Of course.
one note. So as a
Sure.
as a
I just,
character, maybe
like,
not.
Every
great.
time she's like, I'm like, oh, I want to
Well, the
punch you in the
actress-
throat.
So the
Like,
actress. So we talk about the actors. Alan Rickman did an amazing job. He's always amazing.
Yeah.
Who's the actress that plays
I
Dolores
don't know,
Umbridge?
but
she did embody that
I'm
character.
like,
she did such a good job.
There's-
I think it was
creepier than
like,
the book.
it's harder,
Yeah.
like, the people that played the bad guys, it was really hard for them to come out of that, like, after,
Oh man, yeah.
like, people hate them.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's unwarranted and unjustified.
Yeah. probably a
no.
British actress that like everybody in the UK
Yeah.
knows that we don't know.
Literally, it's so.
They're like a clan though. They're all in movies together. They're all in
British people.
yes,
Yeah.
because
They're all British.
If you're a British actor, you're either in Game
Helena
of Thrones
is
or
in a lot of them with
Who?
like Helena
Bonham Carter.
Oh, Bonham
Yeah.
Carter. Is she
She's like
British?
every Tim Burton film. That's the one. That's what I know her for, right?
They're
Yeah,
in
that's lame.
some of they're in some
What
of
Tim
them.
Burton films, or the fact that she's in every one?
Both.
Yeah.
Whatever. Can I give honorable mention to Bellatrix?
Yeah, we'll just hand out honorable
Oh,
mentions
yeah,
like fucking
she
candy
was
at this
Harry
one.
The,
Potter.
the whole
Let's just
Weasley
distribute them.
family, all the Weasleys, especially Fred and George.
Lupin. No.
The whall Weasley clan. They're all right, but like as an entity, they're just like very like mediocre.
So who are you saying? Who's honorable mention? I missed it.
Bellatrix.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Because she's a person that I hate, but also she was in love with Voldemort, and that's why she did
Well, and
everything, and she was like crazy,
the like
boy crazy over him.
Yeah,
J.K.
imagine being
Rowling-
boy crazy like so much that you stay in like a prison that literally like sucks your soul out for like
Yeah.
like how long?
I know.
Like 20
And
fucking
then
years.
that Molly was like, "No, bitch, die! Like you're not gonna hurt."
Yeah,
me."
how yeah, this is like the like one of the
That's
chief
pretty cool.
the chief lieutenants of Voldemort. I guess love really is just the most powerful magic.
Yeah, if you're defending your kids, you can kill anyone.
So
Yes, exactly.
they should not even teaching any actual magic. They just teach love at Hogwarts.
It's
Yeah.
that mother strength.
Every
That
wizard
mother
just needs to
strength.
have some
Yes.
kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Pardon the small break, folks, but we've got to keep the lights on here at Your Favorite Character Sucks, and even on our very first episode, we have an advertiser who's helping us do that. In the magical world that surrounds us, there are spells that can do all manner of things, but there's nothing quite as powerful as a mother's love. It's what protected Harry, and what led to the accidental creation of a Horcrux. But John, you say, I'm a mother, and I want to protect my newborn infant from evil fascist wizards, but I've got to work a full-time job. Or, John, I'm a kid who wants to be protected from dark magics, but I don't have a mother. Well, fret no more, because now we have a product for you, exclusively at Diagon Alley stores, because there aren't any others. Nestled in between animate chocolate frogs and Birdie Bot's every flavored beans and pictures that come to life and walk off, defeating the purpose of pictures to begin with, is a new product called Mother's Love. Comes in a spray can that's easy to apply. Just spray over the intended target. Could be your infant that you want to leave home. Just a quick coating, and any unforgivable curse cast on that little baby will bounce right off. Avada Kedavra? More like adios, muchacho.
Cans of Mother's Love contain permethrin, which is harmful to brain cells, though not as harmful as a Crucio curse.
Imelda Staunton is the woman who plays Dolores Umbridge.
Yes, well,
Yes.
very excellent.
Excellent job.
No, just truly
She did
terrifying.
do a really good
Very
job.
scary.
Um,
Don't
And
like
also, I
don't like
love-
your
And her
character.
stupid cats, she gives Pink and Cats a bad name.
Yeah. Which
I
is
think
great.
she's a more
Which again
compelling
is great
villain,
because
too.
it's
No,
that same
yes.
J.K. Rowling message of
Yes.
villains are not always
Yeah.
the person you think looks villainous. You know,
She's
the
like
stereotypical
pink and cute.
villain.
And
She's
she
one of the most
loves
evil
kittens.
characters, and she's the
I
most
wonder if she's
non-villainous.
Probably like the most.
I also love.
But she feels more real, which is why I think she's
because
scarier
she's
than
also
Voldemort.
against like Muggles, but it's like a closeted thing.
Yeah,
So until like the regime
that's
comes
true.
out, then she's like
super
oh, man.
racist.
prosecuting like.
She's an old white Karen.
Oh my god.
Literally.
She's
Too
like,
bad they didn't give her the "I need to see your
So, yeah,
manager"
when she-
haircut.
out.
she's like underground. Like she's like Mitch McConnell, but then like
And when Trump
comes out and like saying some real racist stuff, and she's like, "Don't blow our cover. Like, come
Yeah.
on, dude, chill out."
Yeah.
She is Kelly.
She's
Oh my God, she's Kelly Conway.
Yep.
She's fucked up. And like I
God
said, when
dang.
all that policy gets
She's
pushed
more
with the
effective than her,
anti-Muslim
though.
shit, she's
Yeah,
at like
she
the
is.
front of that. She's
Yeah.
like
She
like
will-
they're persecuting them, and I'm
the other
like,
thing that I really love about Harry Potter series is what J.K. Rowling does with the government stuff, which is when government gets involved in education or when government gets involved in this, and how poorly it goes. You know, like how Voldemort's gone and everything seems okay, and then how easily it slips back into that. And I feel like I probably wouldn't have felt that way until like the last 3 or 4 years in the UK and the United States. Like
Yeah.
how easily people are slipping back into fascism, being okay with fascism.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's
Because
true.
fascism keeps you safe. And that's what Dolores Umbridge was all about, keeping everyone safe
Like all the
and,
rules
and,
like
and
stipulations.
orderly and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And that's fascism. And
No, it's fun.
it seems good until you dig just an inch under the surface and you're like, okay, it's effed up. Yeah.
And also, I feel like that's like the like show, like what she's like disguised her motives like order, right? She's like, I
Yes.
want order, but she's actually just an evil person. She's just a giant piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And that's like revealed later. Like you don't even know that. Like at the beginning, you're just like, oh, she's just a giant piece of shit because of this or this or that. But no, it's actually because she's like a specious, like piece of garbage, right? She's like,
I
do
just
not like
love when
muggles.
they dropped her into the trolls.
Yeah, she gets. I assume she gets.
And she was like, "No, I'm so sorry." And we're
I like
like,
to
Yeah, and
imagine.
also that goes to the thing.
"Too late for that."
I cannot stand
It's
people who do that shit.
it's the what's it called? The short story. You know what I'm talking about? I think I brought it up.
You brought it up there because I also thought this. I hate it
What's her name?
when people who are just such
Flannery
obvious pieces of
O'Connor.
shit,
Flannery O'Connor. What's that story? Yeah, where the woman begs for her
you
life.
beg for your life. I'm like, fuck no, bitch, just die. Like, at least go out with some dignity. But that's
Tweet
what
us
people
and
have no,
tell us who the Flannery O'Connor short story is, where the woman begs for her life at the end.
And I feel like her like prejudice and her like hatred and like all those bad qualities are like even more defined than Voldemort's. Because like you think about all like did Voldemort even
is kind of mysterious.
exactly like did he really even like hate? Did he just
is-
want power?
He's the
or-
Hitler
No,
kind of
because
character.
he's more egotistical. It's more about just him.
Yeah.
'Cause we were talking about it when he first comes back and he's like, I'm going to duel Harry and prove I'm better.
Yeah, like why?
Yeah.
He's Trump.
Is he Trump?
He cares about his personal image
He's narcissistic.
more than like actual
Yeah, exactly,
abuse,
like-
where
yeah.
she can.
He's like
He has extreme personality disorder.
Yeah.
Because anybody else could have killed Harry.
He's like they're gonna.
Right?
People could have
Yeah.
killed Harry.
Literally, just anybody could have killed Harry, but he
Well,
had
Trump-
He
Trump
had
would've
to
said
be
someone
the
else.
one.
He would have had bone spurs. Yeah,
exactly.
More of a claim bone spurs. Than
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like none of these other people that
Yeah.
were under his command, willing to die for him,
if Trump's
had
like
a connection to Harry.
if Voldemort's like, oh yeah, Dumbledore's army's gonna go this way, and then like somebody's like, actually, they didn't go that way. He'd like take a sharpie and be like, oh no, they went this way.
It's and so yeah, all these things, very good character, and I feel like whenever you compare the other villains against this character, and even like I think like a villain like analogs or people who are adjacent to villains,
Yeah.
so like Snape or like even like Malfoy, I don't think they're just as good because they
light.
don't
You're
well,
saying they're light.
they don't evoke the same like visceral feelings of like
I
hatred.
think
and, like,
Snape got people. You know,
I don't think so. 'cause
especially with killing Dumbledore. Especially with killing Dumbledore.
The problem is in my heart.
Killing
I think when I was a
Dumbledore.
kid, I knew that he was like not a bad guy.
Okay.
Because it was too
Yeah.
Killing
obvious
Dumbledore.
without
I-
actually.
No,
seeing
yeah,
it.
there's no way he would just ice his boy. That's my point. I was like, this is dumb.
Well, see, but no, he did that for Malfoy.
Right, but do we?
So
well,
again, he was protecting, like he
Yes.
was doing the fatherly, like I'm protecting this kid kind. He's like the ultimate best
okay.
teacher.
yeah,
He's like,
he's Ned Stark.
Well, no, the
Yeah.
ultimate best teacher is Rubius Hagrid.
Rubius
Yeah.
Hagrid.
He's secondary honorable mention. Rubius
Yeah.
Hagrid.
Rubius Hagrid's like your art teacher.
Is
I
he?
feel so bad
Would
for
your
him.
art teacher come in,
He-
try and find you whenever your relatives are trying to keep you from the
He's
world of
like-
magic?
Literally save your
seeking
life.
you out, redeeming you from that mundane world, that
He's
bleak
a
existence.
He's a task boy. Like he goes and does
Okay.
things for Dumbledore.
And just because he is a task boy, he has that
He's very
eye for
protective.
compassion is the thing.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do all the things. He didn't have to like envelop Harry and all his like love and things like
He's
that.
also the animal lover. in this
Yeah, but
series.
exactly. My point. He took
He
Harry
sees good
even
in
when
He's
he's
like,
happy.
these
Exactly.
things
He's good in
look
monsters.
He's not an
scary.
elitist like the rest of the
Exactly. He's just a guy.
Which is again back to the theme. He sees good in monsters, which is like
Yeah.
they look bad, but they're not.
Yeah, Hagrid is
Okay,
literally the nicest
Okay.
teacher. He supports all the students, and this is part of the reason why I hate Harry Styles, because like all these characters are like second support.
I know.
But Hagrid specifically, I don't have beef with because he's such like a good person. He gets hoed so bad by Voldemort because that's the thing is
Yeah.
with the whole Chamber of Secrets thing.
He's the Voldemort's
Voldemort's
the reason why he never finished going to school there, and
Tom,
why
Like Hagrid was going to become a
Yeah,
wizard,
Tom Riddle.
but he got
T.
expelled.
Riddle.
Yeah, exactly.
T-Rid.
And so he got hoed. His life got destroyed. He wasn't even killed, but his life got destroyed in a different way. But he turned that into like a good thing.
Yeah.
Is my point.
Well, then I guess Snape is like he's like the old teacher who's just sick of it all, but still has that passion.
No,
Yeah.
the thing about
He's
Snape
just
is
annoyed by kids, but he's like,
he
I
holds
have
on to that
protect you.
that one thing, and that one thing is just the thing that like defines him like throughout the whole series. Like you don't know it until the very end, but when you look back, you're like, okay, he's basically the fucking Cyclops
Well, what the one thing is what?
of Harry
The one
Potter.
thing is that he loves Lily.
His love for Lily.
But okay,
Yeah.
but there's something else about his character too, because just because you love Lily doesn't mean you would
No.
continue to be shit on by both sides in order to make something good. So he cares about justice. He cares about the right
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I know. I think
He
it's
cares about the
literally.
right
I don't
thing.
think he cares about the right thing. I think he literally only
Why
cares.
would he put himself in such a shitty situation for so long and then sacrifice his life if he didn't care about the right thing?
Because literally the last memory that he gave to Harry,
Yeah.
like the justification for everything that he's done, had nothing to do with like justice or a sense of like morality.
Just protecting
It's
Harry because
literally
of
just
Lily's
because
son?
of his mom. That's the
Yeah.
only thing.
Well, I think he was just trying to show Harry, I care for you because of this. You know, that's the only. I don't think that's the reason he did everything.
I
but
legitimately believe that is.
I think he showed that
why-
to Harry specifically because I'm trying to get to you, Harry, not because that's everything.
I think that up until the end, he pretty much just had contempt for basically everybody, and that includes like Dumbledore he was working with. It includes like Voldemort,
All right.
because I mean, in some part of him had
Should
to
I
hate.
bleep out every instance of Voldemort in this?
I mean, without a doubt.
Okay.
I mean, he's dead though.
Yeah.
You're saying so. So the word holds no
Could be more
power.
Horcruxes out there. You never know.
Unintentionally
I
so,
never
because
saw-
I mean, we never know how fucking.
I never saw
so much
photos.
trips, yeah, I mean,
I never saw photos of him or Osama bin Laden, so I don't know. They
That's
might
true.
not be dead.
I've never actually seen Harry and Voldemort in the same room.
It's him.
He is dead.
Is he?
Yes, Osama bin Laden is dead. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
We got
Maybe.
We got him.
him? We got him.
Mission accomplished.
You think they said that shit like
Got him.
like fucking over the radio in the like UK after Voldemort was like dead in Hogwarts because every wizard who was like in the UK went through like Hogwarts, right? And there's some sort of fucking magical radio
Well, there's other-
where
yeah.
like McGonagall's
Yeah.
like
How many
McGonagall
schools
and-
are there? Because there's like a Russian type school.
There's 4 at least that we know of.
Yeah. There's an American school.
There's an American school, and
What's
then
the American school called?
Don't
I
say it.
forgot. I
I
forgot.
want
No, it's not. No.
Can't remember.
It does have a name. I think it is
Yeah.
mentioned by name in maybe one of the supplementary, like canonical.
The-
or
well,
something.
but in
Probably
the in Fantastic Beasts,
I'm going to
yeah.
find them, which I will
Yeah.
not watch or read. But
Why?
Oh, it's
well, the
so
book
good.
is just an encyclopedia.
I didn't
It's
read.
not even. It's
no.
like this thing.
It's I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like a dictionary of monsters and stuff.
I liked the
Dictionary's a
movies
little
though.
strong.
It's a reference.
Okay,
book.
a reference document. Yeah.
Damn it.
We're really drilled
I
down to the
have-
nitty gritty here. I'm keeping you on
I
track.
didn't watch the second one yet because people were really angry about it. But I
First
was
of all, that shit's on HBO like a month after coming out of theaters. That means that shit bad.
I don't-
You know what I'm saying? Like-
To me, it feels too much like people holding on to Harry
The
Potter.
problem is, I love
Yeah,
all the
that's
actors in that film.
Do you?
Yeah,
Fantastic
I love
Beasts?
Jude Law.
I don't like Orlando, or not Orlando, Johnny Depp.
Yes,
That's
Johnny
why
Depp's
people
okay.
were so mad that that's why they didn't want.
I love Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne's cool.
I like Eddie.
He's a good guy.
Are you a teenage girl who wants to keep a diary, but you're worried about it possessing you, causing you to open secret chambers and releasing a mythological creature on your classmates? Well, worry no more, because Mike Magicman's got you covered. The Magicman family's created a journal that's guaranteed 100% Horcrux free. That's right, no Dark Lords, no magical Hitler analogs, no you-know-who's going by an anagrammed name in this journal. Now you can write your innermost secrets and feelings in a journal and feel safe to know that you won't get possessed. And you know I'm telling the truth because I just swigged the whole bottle of Veritaserum. So come on down to Mike Magicman's shop over at 1800 Diagon Alley and grab yourself a Magicman journal today.
Three-dimensional. Jenny, Umbridge, Who's yours?
Malfoy.
Malfoy and Snape.
What do we mean by three-dimensional?
Meaning that they're not one note, just the whole series, bomb, the same thing. And they have flaws.
Okay,
they have their what is it called? Redeeming qualities.
Okay.
They are human. They don't feel like devices because a lot of times characters will be devices in the story where they're just driving plot.
You just don't want some Ursat's like.
I think that Snape is the most defined character. Like I said, because of how he is throughout the whole series. I think he's the most defined.
So you think
his definition comes more and more with every story. So I feel like he's the most defined out of all.
But do you think that's that way because he's so adjacent to the main character?
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like Harry Potter is maybe not even as three-dimensional as Snape. But anyway, so that's the argument. So Ginny just make your case.
Okay, so
Ginny.
See, with Ginny, I think she's so important, but it's like not at the forefront of the storyline.
Yeah.
I would say a hard no.
Yeah,
and it's not even the fault. It's not even a fault of the character.
No.
The problem is the character.
She's not. There's 20,000 characters.
There's like one appearance in the Sorcerer's Stone. That's when Harry meets the Weasley.
And she's sort of shy.
And she's like, I'm in love with him. It's Harry.
Exactly, which is like.
And she's so cute.
But she manifested her truth. She put it out.
No. No one has worked harder. No one has worked harder and got what they wanted by Ginny.
But she was not a one-man girl. She was like
that's true.
all over Hogwarts.
That's true.
Okay, so she was a whore, but was she three-dimensional? Was she three-dimensional?
The thing is, though.
Was she three-dimensional? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's impossible because there's just not enough.
That's my argument for her is that she needed more screen time.
Okay. So you would have loved to see more development for her.
Yes.
You want to see a Ginny Weasley standalone. Your fan fiction is all about Ginny.
Yeah.
All right.
So when we divide
Dolores Umbridge, three-dimensional.
Dolores Umbridge, I think, is a good character.
Give me the faults and the strengths and the this and the that.
I would put her in a good 2.5D.
You don't think she's just a plot device to make us angry?
No, she's definitely flat.
I really think she was like, let me stir up some shit.
In her first appearance, she's definitely just flat. And she is a device for the plot. But like I said, once you learn like more and more stuff about her, like in the following books, and about like her prejudice and all that stuff, I'm like, all right, you are a piece of shit.
That rounds her out a little bit, but it just makes her more bad. Yeah,
I don't think it's an excuse for her though.
There's no, you can't just say that it's not three-dimensional because it's just more bad. It's a different, more.
I would call people one-dimensional.
It's a more seated type of evil.
Yeah.
It's like me just like as someone like kicking a cat or someone like oppressing like a whole species of people. Like those are two like different elements. Like she's a bad person. But the depths of what makes her bad is what defines her as a character.
Yeah. I would say like a villain like Thanos would be more like three-dimensional where they like have these complex reasons for what they're doing and they, all this stuff like that. Yeah, to me, it's more complex.
Well, you're talking about the reality of the character. If any of the villains were most adjacent or like closest to what actual humanity is, it would just be that character, Dolores. Because no characters are like so fleshed out and so complex like Snape.
Malfoy.
I think Draco is a good and realistic character.
Yeah.
Three-dimensional.
Yeah, because at first, sure, he just seems like bully archetype there to, antagonize Harry.
And then you see his weaknesses.
You see his struggle.
You see his struggle. You get his family backstory.
He falls a pretty typical like bully archetype, though, in my opinion.
That's true.
Yeah,
he's a bully because his dad's a bully.
He's bully because his dad's a bully. His dad bullies.
No, but that's what makes him feel real. He's not just a douche.
But that's true. Yeah, hurt people. That is true.
Yeah, he's not just like inherently evil. You learn the reasons why he is the way he is.
Yeah, but the thing is that he's also still just. I mean, the character. Obviously, this has to do with it. This is like me assassinating his character within the book. He's still just a piece of shit.
Oh,
he's like
no,
he could just at any point just been like, nah, I don't want to do any of that shit.
No, I agree. I hate him.
Yeah, it's hard. Okay, what the like? Okay, yeah, it's hard. You're helping like this whole fucking like regime of.
Think about who he is though, because think about this. Let's compare it to what part of the inspiration for the book was Nazism and that kind of thing. He is basically like a Hitler youth for a guy who works with Hitler.
Yes, it's like
I'm
just saying. It's like
how do you fight
in the
against
Sound of Music.
Yeah.
There is that love that allows.
And that guy towels on them in the end, doesn't he? Like
no, he actually is the one who lets them escape from.
Are you sure?
That's absolutely what happens.
It's so long since I've seen it.
They're in the church. He catches them.
Fritz, what was his name?
It's some sort of generically German name.
Gruppen.
Yeah, he catches them. But he lets them go because of his love for them. And it's like literally, I guarantee you.
Draco has that like super awkward, like in the last.
Does he have a moment in the end and he doesn't do?
Voldemort's like, come here, like.
Oh god.
Come give me a
that's
hug, and he's like.
That shit is.
In the movie, they do that stuff so hard.
So creepy
In the
and
movie,
stressful
that made
and
that
awkward.
really well.
Yeah.
Imagine being
But
touched
he's
by that.
like,
He doesn't
you
wanna
can
be in
see
that
him, he's
situation.
like, I'm in front of all of I would like to be friends with all these people, but I've been an asshole to them this whole time.
Yeah,
And
they're
then
cowards. They
I have
know everything, right?
expectations from all of these people in black. Like, he's just stuck in the middle.
I think
like,
he's probably a little too much.
No, but even then, they're all for themselves at the end. Because in that last fight, they just leave.
Oh yeah.
They literally just fucking bail.
They're like,
all the Malfoys.
they're like,
yeah.
Harry survived.
They're like, oh, the other side is winning. We're leaving.
So they're
Yeah.
Italy. They're just Italy and
They're literally just
World War
cowards.
II, yeah.
They're literally cowards. And this happened even at the beginning. They're like, well, the reason that the Malfoys survived is because they gave up so many people. I'm like, okay, you're just constantly switching sides.
No,
Like, where does the buck stop?
also-
Like, how many times are you going to allow this kind of like homicide? This is fucked up.
I'm also just thinking back to when you said we're saying like anyone could kill Harry. Like, okay, he survived. Why don't all of y'all just attack him? Why does it still end up just being a duel between Voldemort
Well,
and Harry?
because Voldemort said, I want it.
Yeah.
It's that whole villain thing of,
Yeah, exactly.
So
don't kill the main
Exactly.
character because I want it.
That's why I don't think Voldemort is a cool villain.
He's
Yeah.
also like killing a part of himself, right? Like he would have to
He's
destroy that
already,
Horcrux.
Harry's a Horcrux, yeah. It's kind of the way.
Which is
That's
also
well,
like
and...
No, but the Horcrux is already
Voldemort-
gone at this point. Because
I thought the
Harry died.
Yes, he
that-
dies. It was
Oh, you're saying at that last
but he gets
Yeah.
insta-res by the
Oh,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
It was like wood for nothing. Nothing gets exchanged. It's not
But
even a
also-
Philosopher's Stone.
but
It's just a
also-
life-giving stone.
But also, it would be a thing if Voldemort didn't kill Harry. Then it would be a thing of Voldemort. He's powerful, but he was never able to defeat Harry. Like it would be a thing. it
I'm
would
just
be-
saying they could have helped him out. Instead of being like Harry survived once.
like
Not even that.
fucking-
Why does nobody help Harry? Because they don't have any okay, so
But there are basketball players who are like they're really great players, and they're like, well, you never played Jordan, so you're not like. And so there's always that like
Yeah.
thing that can like hurt even the best people because they're
Okay.
like, you never beat that best person.
but
Maybe he needs to.
the
beat
fucking
that guy,
stake of the wizarding world. And everyone on the good side. Okay, I understand that whole Voldemort tells you not to. Why doesn't everybody on like the good quote unquote good guy? Why don't they just all just blast this?
Blasting
This fucking
Voldemort.
blast this guy. Someone pull out a fucking 9 and
They're
just ice
scared.
this man.
Yeah.
So what? Harry's like 1v1 this guy. You should let this shit happen.
assassinate Hitler? Why did Hitler get assassinated?
Because I think there's a little bit different. Like, look, I'm just going by movie like numbers here. There's like
Franz Ferdinand got assassinated. Why did Hitler get assassinated?
there's literally like 100.
But it didn't.
I was
The
saying,
war
like, how
didn't
many-
end with a duel between Hitler and an American general.
I have a bachelor's degree in history. Roosevelt wheeled up. No, he wasn't alive. Truman.
It was true.
Truman came over. He flipped the dime up and he said, "Tails, motherfucker!" And he just shot. He just shot a dime.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it like this? It's like really you're all or nothing on this kid. You've got a bunch of like Kingsley is there. He's like an accomplished or like incredibly powerful. Why didn't he just like help you or like any of these amount of people could have helped Harry, and everybody's just like, nah, we're just gonna let this shit happen. Like, there's like Beam attacking each other, like whoever has the strongest will. It's Harry, spoiler alert, because he's got fucking love on his side or something.
Well, yeah,
Dumbass
it's
shit like
his
this.
parents' ghost backing
it was
him
just
up.
a project-based learning
Which-
activity.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what it is, yeah.
All at the end, they're like, "Okay, everyone gets an A+, you graduate." Like, this is the ultimate test.
Which character do you think is more like popular, like talked about, even if they're negative characters, right? Like, so who is the character that people would probably bring up the most when they talk about Harry Potter, besides Harry Potter, obviously? I don't know if it'd be Snape.
Out of any of these, it has to
Out
be
of-
Snape.
Out of
Snape.
our four, I'd
maybe
say
even
Snape for sure.
Draco Malfoy.
It'd be Snape, Malfoy.
Who are the most popular Google search?
But I married him. Come on.
Yeah, Ginny Weasley might be. I don't know.
So is that like,
That's tough.
But a lot of girls would hate Harry Potter, hate Ginny Weasley because she married Harry Potter. If they were like Harry Potter, you know what
I
I'm saying?
actually read somewhere
Like, there's
that
a lot
they were
of,
like, she shouldn't have married him. She could have done so much better.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, that dude's pretty fucking like rich and he like...
Yeah.
But also with
He's the
like
chosen, he's got
people
so-
Yeah, he's got these
ship,
chosen one, he's got a
Hermione
visible cloak.
He should,
and
yeah.
Draco all the time.
Hermione and Draco?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
For who?
Why?
Hermione and Draco, that they should have been together.
Why? Instead of Ron and Hermione? Should Ron and Hermione have ended up together?
Are you telling me that
Is
Draco...
Ron, okay, who's the worst character? Is
Okay,
it Ron?
Ron.
Is it just Ron?
Okay.
Ron's kind of lame.
Ron's
Ron is
like
lame
a
as hell.
puppy.
There's a very easy worst
Ron's like
character.
a
It's only Harry
puppy.
Potter.
Well, yeah.
It's not Harry Potter.
He's such an idiot, but he's a dog. He's loyal.
Calling someone a dog is not a
He's not
compliment.
That dude
No,
gets upset.
I'm not.
He gets so jealous of
He's
at
like a
certain
cute
points.
little puppy, but But
He's dumb.
stupid sometimes.
He's dumb.
So
It's not
stupid.
a
Stupid all the time.
He's comedic relief.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
he
he
is.
really
good.
is.
He's comedic
Yeah.
relief. He breaks his wand. He shoves it up a troll's
he's
nose.
poor and like I'm like
poor. He's so poor.
I feel like no, that's like a thing.
Look at his constant struggle while Harry thrives.
Exactly. I hate that shit so much. This shit is so fucking much. Help your boy out. Just buy this man
Yeah.
something. With
Harry
some-
could pay for that whole family
Like, my
time.
God, he lives in this shithole.
Harry's like living by the documentary where he doesn't
They
Don't
take
do
him
that.
in.
interact with subject.
They take Harry in. Like, pay rent.
This man's. Oh.
God dang it.
No, it's literally the most fucked
Alright.
up shit possible.
So Snape is probably the most popular mentioned
Yeah.
searched out of these characters, you think?
I would say, well, all we have to do is go find a listicle on like Ranker or BuzzFeed or some shit.
Can you do that for me? Because I don't know.
I could.
Go do it.
Oh, you want me to do it
Can
right
you
now?
please do it now?
Yes, I'll do it.
What about like plot armor? Which character has the most plot armor?
Harry?
Out of these characters,
Malfoy?
who should be dead and did not die?
Malfoy.
Yeah.
Right, Malfoy's put into so many like. Think about like convoluted like
Ginny
situations he doesn't
doesn't
put into.
Ginny.
Snape doesn't have.
Well, okay, I will say that
Ginny's like possessed by.
Ginny survived the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, but
That's
she was
true.
the best.
Actually, that was.
She was alone. Like,
That's
no
a
one
pretty big
had
deal.
any idea.
Harry must have the most plot armor for sure, right?
Yeah, no,
Or
yes.
Ron even maybe because
No, Harry.
he should have
I
died.
think
at some
Harry got
Got
put
himself
in.
into so
Literally
many,
is
like-
the ghost of his parents protecting him at all times.
Man, shout out to all my boys that died in Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
I guess Harry Potter, even though most of the characters survive to the end, I mean, plot armor doesn't feel too heavy. Like,
You kidding me?
is it okay?
For Harry,
for Harry,
yes,
yes,
yeah.
Harry, yes. But I'm saying for the
He's
side
only one
characters,
that got it.
like, there's not a lot of moments like Naruto moments where like characters
No.
should definitely die and they did not die.
No.
You know, Sirius Black
Oh,
dies.
God.
We didn't even talk about Sirius Black. I love Sirius. I like Sirius
We
Black.
didn't even talk about
That's
Robert
such a
Pattinson.
difficult scene.
Oh, God.
Cedric Diggory.
Oh yeah, he got
Oh, yeah.
iced.
There
Why
was
is-
no reason for him to die.
What's
Like, why?
Just messed up.
He's just a
Why?
better wizard than Harry, like strictly by all accounts, right? According to the lore, he was chosen as
If
the.
you play
What?
the
Why
Harry
was
Potter
Harry-
card game now,
Yeah, exactly.
he's a stronger
He's got the
wizard.
best stats. He's got, like, I'm just saying, like, and my boy just got fucking iced, and that was it for him. He really just died.
Is that the best book? Goblet
What?
of Fire?
No, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner? Really?
Yeah, aside from all the time
I
shit,
would say
very good
Chamber of
book.
Secrets or Goblet of Fire.
Really?
Goblet of Fire is the Triwizard Tournament does it for me.
It's
I fucking
awesome.
love Triwizard Tournament stuff. It's so cool.
I didn't like, okay, so yet again, Triwizard Tournament is just another like series of events where Harry Potter just gets like handed a bunch of shit.
Oh
And then
yeah.
they have to protect him.
But again, having
doesn't die.
friends are a resource.
Why
Though.
is
Harry
he
Potter
there?
makes good friends. He's a leader. That's a quality that you need to succeed for real.
Because people, like, the school is so mad that
Yeah.
Harry's in there. And they're like, no, this is Cedric's time. Like, why are you part of this?
You know what they could have done? They just be like, no, we're just
God,
not.
Harry Potter
actually just,
is a thunder stealer, isn't he?
yeah, we can actually
He
no.
steals thunder from
I feel
everyone.
like-
He's the biggest piece of shit. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like if it had been Ron's name who mysteriously appeared in there instead of Harry's, they would have just been like, oh no, you can't.
yeah,
do it."
exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh no, it's Harry.
But
We had to adhere strictly to the letter of the fucking law of this Triwizard Tournament.
They only did that
Change the
because it's
rules
Harry.
So
Yeah.
that you can stay in
If
it.
it was anyone else, they would have
It's
been
not
like,
a
nah.
Tri-Wizard tournament anymore. It's
Yeah, well, like, well, who's one of the random side characters, like Seamus? Like, or like, who, like any of these other random assholes, like Lavender Brown?
Dean.
Something like Dean, any of these idiots, their names get pulled out? Like, yeah, no, fuck those guys. Like, it's so ridiculous how much shit gets handed to this man. Also, the end of every single book, it's fucking Gryffindor gets fucking bonus stars. Like,
Yeah.
Mario Party bonus stars. Like,
Yeah.
tossing out fucking house points. Like, fuck off, man.
Are there any minorities in Harry Potter? I'm trying to
Yes,
think. It's
one.
pretty white, right?
Some black dudes.
Well, there's,
Wizards are pretty white.
A couple Indians.
There's one Indian
Cho.
girl.
But I
Cho Chang? is that-
Cho is
Yeah.
Asian.
She's like the
Some
only
Okay,
sort of-
so we've got one
Blaze.
Asian in the whole school.
Oh, no,
Or
there's
a
some
couple
South Asians,
Okay,
yeah.
South Asians.
But they're
Also,
probably
didn't
just British, you know what I'm
Lavender
saying?
go
Like,
from being black to white
I
or
don't
white
know.
to black.
I don't know.
Blaze did. Is his name Blaine or Blaze?
I don't know.
can't
David Blaine?
remember.
David.
we're talking about magicians. How could we be? We would be remiss to not mention David Blaine. Oh, a fucking
boy.
wizard if I ever seen one.
He,
Damn, number one on this
Okay,
the top
look at
10.
it,
Who
he's
searched
like
most?
a
Yeah,
side
is that what it
character.
says?
Well, according to this, I mean, I don't know how the top10s.com. I've never heard of this site, but we've got a number one, Hermione Granger.
Most what?
Most
Most
best Harry Potter. That's all the only
Oh,
qualifier
this is
best.
Okay, well, we are deciding the best. what we decide today
So we're saying
is true.
Their objectives
This
are wrong.
is the end
They're wrong.
reveal.
Okay,
This is the objective. No. Art is subjective, but we are not. We are objective, and we are going to decide who the best character is at the end
Obviously.
of this, which is coming.
So these guys are wrong. So 2 is Harry
They're wrong,
wrong.
but-
I'm just saying if any of our characters that
I
we
want to know who's
selected
the most
are
like
wrong.
searched.
Yeah.
I want to know who's the most popular.
Snape is number 3.
But that's their
Dumbledore. I mean, this is Ron. Like these are just
I wanna know who's the most
this is the list of main
Yeah.
characters.
Who's the most popular? Who's the most fandom like obsessed? Who's the one most?
Okay, check
most
this out. We'll
drawn?
just look up like fanfiction smut and see which one has the most written about
All right,
it.
go for it.
That's- I'm not gonna do it on my fucking phone. Why don't you do that shit?
It would be. There's a whole bunch of stuff about Hermione and Draco.
Oh wait, are we
And
still
then
talking about fanfiction smut?
Luna.
Or
Yeah.
okay, well,
Yeah.
oh no,
she's,
literally
she's telling us straight up
from
she's-
experience.
She's hours from having
Not from
done
just
that.
experience, but from being the author of such literature.
Yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, I've never written anything.
She has
about
the
that.
glasses and thunderbolt or lightning bolt on her forearm, but on her back it's
My
just
school lanyard.
Hermione and Draco full nude in like spooning. Like
Oh, that's probably a big piece. That's
it's
With,
a,
like,
big.
everyone
It's
But
huge.
watching.
Draco is...
everyone watching. Oh my
Is
god!
Draco's little spoon?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
He has to be. He's so
Hermione
hurt.
needs to be
Hermione's
comforted.
big spoon,
Yeah.
no matter what.
She
Though.
has to take care of him.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't think I ship this anymore. That's a bad
Oh wait, Draco
relationship.
doesn't like muggles.
Wait,
She's
anymore,
like
so you
half her
did.
parents.
I
are
know.
No, no,
That's
no.
why-
It's his hatred for Muggles.
Or
Actually,
is it
just
secondhand?
it covers like
It's
this like
secondhand.
internal like fetish thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually
Yeah,
only
it's like
likes
when
Muggles.
It's one of those things.
Or not Muggles, but
It's not like that guy that was trying to. The guy that was like been the head of the conversion
Yes.
thing for 20 years is
And
actually
he's
gay.
gay.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's typical, yeah.
Okay.
you hate when
It's
you
typical.
are,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
when you don't want anyone else.
Okay. So what else? Drivers of plot.
this has gone far
Drivers
off
of plot.
course.
Snape is obviously driver of plot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ginny in
Ginny
Chamber of Secrets.
keeps
Chamber of
bringing-
Secrets is a fun
but
one.
she keeps bringing it back.
What is the? I'm trying to think of her involvement. So she was in Chamber of Secrets. She was really important in that.
She gets. She just doesn't have a lot of time. She's just in the background most of the time.
I'm trying to think what else she does. And I feel like-
Dumbledore's army. Here, let me list it again. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, folks, we've got to take one more break before we finish up deliberation on your favorite character sucks. This time it's a special message from the Department of House Elves, Firearms, and Tobacco. The Buddha Siddhartha Gautama once said that the roof of suffering is attachment. Here at the Bureau of House Elves, Firearms, and Tobacco, we feel that attachment is the path towards freedom for your little house elf. You need things to gift to your house elf in order to free them. And let's be honest, folks, the last thing we want is a house elf running around making its own decisions. So that's why we're advocating for detachment from all material objects. That's right, no more socks, no more clothes, no more trinkets of any kind. If you have no possessions, then there's no way that your house elf can become free from enslavement. We know what you're thinking. It's going to be hard to give up all my material objects. True, but what's worse? Living a life of peace and solitude like the Buddha? Or living a life in which you're not able to control a small brainwashed creature? This has been a message brought to you by the Bureau of House Elves, Tobacco, and Firearms, where we say, House Elves, make them your servants for life. All right, back to the show.
We were talking about plot drivers. We were saying Ginny, not so much, except for in Chamber of Secrets-ish. I mean, we don't really know that she's the person for a while.
You don't know it.
It's sort of a big reveal in the end.
Yeah.
So she's not really driving the plot in that case. In that case, it's just
Well,
really the Chamber of Secrets that's
yeah.
driving
She
the plot.
is, but
It's the Chamber of Secrets
It's
that's
her
driving it.
fault.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, her
Yeah.
fault.
Well, she's a
Because-
little kid. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
young.
well, yeah. Can she be held accountable? I don't think.
Dolores
No.
Umbridge definitely drives the plot in book 5, and she even frustrates you in the other books.
Yeah, but not so much. She's not essential to the plot. She's
She heavy driver of the plot in book
Oh, yeah,
5.
no.
Probably main driver,
main
right?
driver, I would say.
And then Draco Malfoy, probably, I would say
He's
he keeps things going, and like, I mean, they make the polyjuice potion because they think he's
Well,
part of the Chamber of Secrets.
in
He honestly is
Half-Blood-
a bigger driver in the Chamber of Secrets than Ginny.
I feel like in Half-Blood Prince, he's like.
And Half-Blood Prince, he also suspected there.
Well, when all the Snape versus Dumbledore shows happened,
And
he
then,
was
yeah.
like doing everything to bring the Death Eaters
At
in.
the very beginning of
Yeah.
the book is is Snape having to make that pact that I will protect or I'll make sure that Draco completes his mission, you know?
Yeah, like you said, he's kind of like the, like the anti-Harry Potter. He's
He's the Sasuke.
he's the mirror image, so
Oh,
he's
God.
kind of...
Am I wrong?
He's pretty important
I think
throughout.
Sasuke starts as good initially, at least. Like, You think he's good? He's a good guy.
I think he's good.
No, he's a good guy. Like, he's a protagonist. He stops the... Okay, whatever. I'm on Naruto.
I'm still trying to say how basically Severus is like fucking Cyclops, man. He like...
Cyclops is a bitch, but...
Exactly, my point.
I don't think Severus
Cyclops is a bitch because he like literally can never get over being Grey.
Yeah.
For like the entirety and up until his current existence.
So you're
like
saying,
everything
you're
he does
saying,
is...
wait, get over the love of your wife's death. Is that what you're saying?
Unfortunately, yes. Sometimes...
So if Erica dies, you're going to tell me that?
Have more depth.
After... Okay... 20 years later, I mean, like,
But
hey,
isn't
man,
it
it's
still, like-
time to move on and not, like,
It's
foster
extra.
that.
I would say it's extra hard for him to get over it because it was Voldemort that killed her, and he's like sort of on his side.
Oh, and didn't he facilitate it? Didn't he, like, tell Voldemort where they lived?
Because it was gonna be. It was.
He wanted James to get killed?
I think he gave them Peter.
That's still kind
And
of fucked up.
Peter was one of the people that James trusted,
shit.
and that's how he got let in.
Yeah.
So he was like, I might be wrong.
So that's another... Okay, so he's not just motivated by
guilt.
Lily. He's motivated by guilt.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe.
Okay.
But all that guilt
Because-
is in relation to Lily. He could give a shit about James.
He's definitely the most complex
He could
character.
give a shit about James.
Come
He
on.
could give a shit about Harry.
Yeah. There's a live baby sitting in the crib, and he's like holding Lily.
Yeah, in the movies, yeah, literally. Like, the baby's still there, the parents are eyes, he's just like, I'm like, come on, man, like, there's a baby literally there's like a crime scene happening that's being contaminated, but I just don't care about that stuff in the magical world. I don't give a
They
shit.
know who it
No,
was.
you can literally, like, figure out, like,
They
who
go to
cast
people's
the spell.
fucking
Yeah.
memories and
Isn't
shit.
there, like,
Yeah.
imprints? But also, yeah, they can go through memories, but all there... Isn't there, like, a spell imprint thing, or am I
I
thinking
think
something
so.
I
else?
think there's like a magical CSI where they like...
No,
check
I'm not joking. Is there
No,
some...
I think there's.
Is it in Harry
imprints.
Potter, or is it something else?
I
No,
don't know,
it's
but
Harry Potter.
it's a
Harry Potter.
magic thing.
You can tell like the last spell that the wand cast.
That's what it is. Something like that, yeah.
Because it's literally magic. But the thing is, this
Who is
magic
the-
sucks because there's no cost.
We are, this is once and for all. Like, there's no other answer. Who is the best character in Harry Potter? Out of these four, because these are the top four, because we're obviously the experts.
Yeah.
So this is the top four. So out of these four, who is actually the best character in? Done. Can't be debated anymore after this.
Okay. If I had
We'll
to
take
give
a vote,
up
yeah.
my character.
Yeah, like, you can pick your character if you legitimately think it, but if you've been convinced, then pick one that you've been
I think
convinced.
it's not about thinking, it's really about knowing.
Right.
I think if you're thinking, then you probably shouldn't vote.
Right, I know who who is the
exactly,
best.
yeah.
Well, no, we all know who the best is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
It just is what it is. If everybody says it at once,
All right, here we go.
no debate.
Ready?
Like, it'll be like 3, 2, 1.
All right, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Snape.
Snape.
Who did you say?
I said Snape.
Okay.
Same.
Fuck y'all! I will never fuck you back down.
She might invoke like the strongest negative response,
Yeah.
but she's only relevant for like 2 books.
So you're saying that...
Snape is
So you're saying the
important-
quality is predicated on duration.
Yeah.
Is on appearance, on the amount of words
Even
written
though
about it.
Genghis Khan was only around for like 20 years. Yeah, he had a huge impact.
Exactly. So yeah,
I'm arguing for you now.
yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like
Dang it.
that's like saying Harry Potter.
Alexander the Great didn't have
Harry Potter's the
impact
most
on world.
developed character. Well, of course he is because it's fucking Harry Potter. But
Okay, no one's saying that. He sucks. We all.
Well, first of all, according to
I like him
top
okay.
10.
I like him okay.
Okay, well.
He's fine.
It's because you relate the most to him.
What?
See,
No, I don't.
I think that Snape makes you doubt yourself a lot.
That's what
You
I'm saying.
go back and forth. You're like,
A character,
"Oh,
a good
jeez."
character makes you question and rethink about the book and re-examine it and decide.
Yes.
And he does that until, I mean, once you've read it all, you know. So I
Because
guess
as you're trying to understand him, because at first it's like, just here's one thing. He's evil. He sucks. Like Harry's the best. Whatever.
But even in the end of the first book, you're like, oh wait, no, he's not.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, wait a second.
Or is he still? Yeah, you never know.
I mean, like,
Keeps you like hooked on the whole time.
Yes. A character that makes you continue to ask questions of a piece of literature. That's a good
Yeah.
literary character, I think.
And then he sacrifices
We did it. We figured out the best character in whatever series we happen to be talking about today. Wasn't it great when Matt said that one thing? And then John totally got him with that one joke. Brandon was a little quiet, but he made a few good points. Before we go, I just wanted to thank you for listening and ask if you would rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to it. Tell your friends about it, share it on social media, and don't forget to join us on Instagram and Twitter at YFCSPod to further the discussion. Until next time, thanks for listening to Your Favorite Character Sucks.